All right. So a while ago, I had you guys fill out a Google form that was all about you so I could learn some information about you as students. And now, what I'm going to try to do is answer some of the questions that you had about me, kind of go through this list. And so, if you're curious, if you want to know a little bit more about me, um, I'll go through this and we'll kind of see a little bit about this information. So, there's a whole kind of list of stuff that's going on here. So, first of all, I'll start off with the basics. So I went to Illinois State for my bachelor's degree, which was in elementary education, which means that I can teach anywhere from kindergarten to ninth grade. Okay. As part of getting my degree in elementary education, uh, I had to take other classes like political science, history classes, English classes, things like that. So to teach middle school, you have to have so many hours in a specific subject area to teach that subject. So I had the most hours in English, so I'm certified to be an English teacher. I also have enough hours for social studies to be a social studies teacher, which I've taught in the past. I've also very close, like if I took one or two more classes, I could teach science or math. But being as this is my 12th year here in Sycamore in seventh grade on Team Synergy, um, I know pretty much everything that you guys are kind of going doing in all your classes throughout the year. So I can always help you with math or science or anything else too. So pretty much I know a little bit about everything. So just dangerous enough to be able to help you. Okay. So a couple of people. One of the questions was, are you a chill or strict teacher? Hmm. Okay. I am a person that believes in uh, treating people how I would like to be treated. So I know that I don't really respond well when somebody's yelling at me. So I try not to yell at people. I try to use reason and I try to treat you respectfully. So if you're doing something I don't appreciate, I'll try to ask you nicely to stop doing that. If you continue doing that, I'll try to correct you in another manner. But again, I'm a human being. We're human beings. We all lose our temper sometimes. Sometimes I might yell, but that's very rarely. So if you ever hear me like raising my voice or shouting, you know that I'm pretty upset. And you should probably like knock off whatever you're doing. Okay, but most of the time I'm pretty chill, easygoing. Um, I'm also very sarcastic. So what that means is that basically a lot of times I like to joke around and I don't always mean what I'm saying. I usually will do it by like, rolling my eyes or looking around if I say something that is kind of funny. So um, you have to get used to my personality. Obviously, trying to do this in remote learning where we're trying to get to know each other through a screen, you don't always pick up on all the things. And so I haven't done as many of my jokes because, most of you are just kind of either you don't have your camera on or you're staring off into space. I can't tell if you get it or you're like, oh my God, that's so bad. Why are you telling that joke? It's horrible. But bad dad jokes, that's what I'm an expert on. That's my go to. So you're going to hear a lot of those. Okay. Let's see. What is my favorite hobby? So, let's see. My favorite hobby, probably, I like to do yard work at my house. So, because it kind of relaxes me and I can just be outside, I can be away from other people, and it's kind of chill. So, I have a lot of like flowers and plants and bushes, trees that I planted in my yard that I take care of. And, I work on moving those around. I have a huge garden that I plant every year. I have, we usually do, cucumbers, tomatoes, zucchini, uh, carrots. I have a strawberry patch. I have raspberry bushes. I have blackberry bushes. I have, we do peppers. We tried corn this year that my sons wanted to do, so it kind of worked out. Um, so those are the things that I do usually on the weekends. And then if I'm not doing that, if I'm not working in my yard, I'm usually doing something with my kids. So I have three kids. My oldest son, he just started in sixth grade this year. He's 11. And then my other son is in fourth grade, and his birthday's coming up. He's about to turn 10 here, October 22nd. So, and then I have a daughter who is 3. So, kind of all over the place there. So, I have 2 kids in school, and my daughter's in daycare. So, I spend time with them. So, usually, what we like to do is my oldest son plays baseball, so we practice baseball, or we're going to, his practices, things like that. My other son, who's in fourth grade, he plays soccer, so we usually, practice soccer, do things like that. My youngest daughter, she likes to do a little bit of everything, so usually we're doing some type of Disney sing along, or I'm reading books to her that she likes to pick out. She's really into these what are they, Pinkalicious books now. I don't know if anybody's ever read those, but they're kind of weird. But yeah, the name of the character is Pinkalicious, which is kind of odd to me. All right, let's see what else we got here. What time do you have to be at school? I wonder why somebody wanted to know that. Like, so really, we just have to be at school before the students get here. So right now during remote, we just have to be here in enough time so that we're ready for first hour. So right now we're at school at 7:45, and then my day ends at 3. But typically, when we're in a setting where you guys are in school, we usually have to be here half an hour before school starts. But I'm usually here much earlier than that because I like to get stuff done in the morning. Always like, last minute, and to make sure that, everything's working, and everything I posted on Google Classroom is really on there so you guys can see it. Let's see what else. Oh, here's another thing too. So I think some of you are like wondering, like, what do we do during the day? Like, our teachers just hanging out there and not doing anything. So right now, every time that you have live periods 1 through 4, I'm live each of those hours doing something. And then in the afternoon, what am I doing? I'm on my computer, I'm answering emails to the questions that some of you might have posted. That's where I'm trying to catch up on my grading, and that's where I'm making videos like this one. So same thing the next day when it's asynchronous in the morning, doing the same thing. I'm trying to catch up on grading, I'm answering emails, I'm making videos like this, I'm planning out what we're doing for the next couple days. Trying to make that work. I'm making whatever worksheets or sheets that I'm assigning to you guys. So we're doing tons of stuff. Okay. Then also during fifth period every day, all the teachers meet and we talk about how we can help you better, what's going on with the team. That's where we put together our team T-shirts. We got those that we're going to be handing out October 7th. So those are the type of things that we do. And then at the end of the day, when you guys are done after office hours at 2:15, so that's when I meet with all the other English teachers and we talk about, what are we doing? Are we making a Google form to test this? What questions are we asking? What chapter should we be talking about? What are we going to do next? Okay, so that's where all the planning comes in because, it's not like this stuff just magically appears on Google Classroom for you to do, so it takes time to record these videos and make them. Okay, so it takes a while. Let me try to get some of these faster because I'm just talking too much. Okay. Oh, I like this one. What inspired you to teach? So when I was a kid, I'm the oldest in my family. I have a brother and then 2 sisters. And when we were in school, my mom did daycare at our house. So we always had little kids at our house when I'd come home from school. And they always wanted me to read to them. And I just really liked reading to them and like helping them learn. And it was something I always enjoyed. So I just figured out maybe I should look into teaching. And then I had some good professors in college that kind of convinced me that that's the route that I wanted to take. So I kind of went down that route, and that's why I wanted to be a teacher. How long have I taught? I've taught 15 years overall. I taught 3 years in Naperville, and now this is my 12th year here in Sycamore. And so when I was in Naperville, I taught social studies and English, and since I've been here in Sycamore, I've taught just English and Lit. When is my birthday? Good one. Somebody wants to, my birthday to maybe get me, a present. That would be great. That's not required. My birthday is March 7th. Let's see. Have you ever played disc golf? It's not called disc golf. It's called frolf. Get it right. And yeah, I've played frolf before. Not very good, but it's kind of fun. Am I a visual or auditory learner? I'm a more visual person. I like to see what's happening, especially like for math. I like to write the problem out and kind of imagine it as I'm doing it, and sometimes that helps. I know for my own kids, my oldest son, he is a more visual learner, but then my other son, he's a more auditory learner. So I have to like when he's working on his math assignments, I have to talk things out with him. But for me personally, I'm more of a visual learner, but I pick up on the auditory. Um, what sports did I play? So when I was little, I always played baseball until I was in sixth grade, and then when I was in seventh grade, I would have played baseball, but I was playing uh, football in my friend's backyard, and some older kids came and they wanted to play us like two-hand touch, and I'm left-handed. I was the quarterback. I was going back to throw a pass, and the guy came running at me and like pushed me as hard as he could. He like outweighed me by like 100 pounds, so I like landed on the ground and he jumped on top of me. So when I hit the ground, I felt a crack, and then he jumped on top of me. It like completely cracked. So then I stood up and my arm was touching the ground, and I realized that I broke my collarbone right here. So right now I have two screws because they had to put the bone on top of the other bone and then the two screws on top. Okay, so when that happened, it also like tore a lot of the muscles that were in my shoulder, so I couldn't play baseball for a while because left-handed, couldn't throw, so it had to recover for a while. And then when I got to high school, I decided that I was going to play uh, football, so everything was finally healed. I was good to go. So I played football in high school. When I was a freshman and sophomore, I played tight end, and then when I was a junior and senior, I was one of the bigger kids, and I went to a small school where there was literally only 22 people on our football team. So since I was one of the bigger kids, I played left tackle, offensive line, um, and let's see. Also, yeah, I also wrestled too in high school, which it was okay. Wasn't the greatest, but I did. It was fun. Let's see. Do I like fishing? I do like fishing, but I don't get to do it as often as I would like because every time I think about going, it like, it rains or something else happens. So definitely on my to-do list of doing that more often because my kids really like it too. Um, are you a good teacher? Uh, I think I'm a good teacher, but like it's kind of hard to judge yourself. I mean, I think I would say that I'm a pretty good teacher based on the fact that students do very well in my class. I very rarely have people that fail my class or get bad grades. Like pretty much the only way to do that is if you never turn any work in. So just turn in your work, work with me, take advantage of those second opportunities and second chances, and you're going to do well. Let's see what I've not gotten to on this list here. Probably missing a bunch of stuff. Oh, group projects. Are we going to do group projects this year? Yeah, we're going to try to make it work. So remotely, I don't know how that's going to work. Um, we're going to try to do some of the breakout rooms in Google Meets. We're going to see how that works. My biggest thing with group projects, and like when I was a kid, I know for probably most of you, is um, you don't like doing them because not everybody always does the same amount of work. And you're always like, I did more work than that person, or this person did nothing. Why should they get the same grade as me? So as a teacher, that's kind of hard too. Okay, I like the fact that you guys are communicating and sharing ideas, but at the same time, I don't want one person doing all the work and everybody just getting a free ride to get that grade. Okay, so it's trying to find that kind of balance. So when we do group projects, it's everybody has to do the same thing. You guys can talk about it together, but everybody has to make the same end product, whether that be a Google slideshow, a presentation, something like that. So we'll have opportunities for those in the year. We'll figure out a way to kind of make that work. That's one of the things that's on my to-do list. Um, what else we got here? Oh, do I have any pets? So, growing up, I always had a bunch of pets. But right now, we just got a dog in, when did we get him? In April. So he's about 7 months old now. He's a mix of a German short hair pointer and a husky. So right now he's like, I don't know, 45 pounds probably. But he's black, and then on his paws he has like white spotting. So it's kind of cool. I will make a video at some point so you can see my dog, but obviously I'm at school right now, so he's not with me. Because if he was with me, he'd be sitting like right next to me and putting his paw up on me all the time. Like he paws at you because he always wants you to either give him attention or to give him a treat. That's like he's very needy. He's a needy little puppy. So he's at home right now. What else? Oh, do I like Star Wars? Yeah, who doesn't like Star Wars? It's the best. But when we say Star Wars, we have to offer some clarification there. Okay, when I talk Star Wars, I'm talking about episodes 4, 5, and 6. I'm not talking about 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so The Phantom Menace is the worst Star Wars movie ever. Okay, that's the worst one. The Attack of the Clones is, and then what was the next one? The third one, I think it was Revenge of the Sith. That one was all right. I mean, it was kind of cool because that's where you see where Darth Vader, spoiler alerts, Darth Vader gets his legs cut off, and I think one of his arms, maybe both, by Obi-Wan. So that battle was kind of cool in like the lava pit, but So the other Star Wars movies, I mean, Empire Strikes Back is episode 5. That's the best one, I think. I think that's the best Star Wars movie overall. I do really like Rogue One that came out. That was kind of the movie that was supposed to fit in between, happened right before A New Hope, which was episode 4. I thought that was really good. I know a lot of people didn't like Solo, which was the movie about Han Solo and kind of his origin. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I think people kind of trashed it a little bit more than they should. I kind of liked it. So the other thing that I really like right now, so if you haven't seen this on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian is like an awesome Star Wars show. So if you've not watched that, I totally recommend it. I can't wait for season 2. Season 2 is supposed to be coming out pretty soon, so I'm waiting for that. I think it's end of October here, so hopefully that comes out. But yeah, there's a lot of shows that I watch. Stranger Things is one of my favorite shows too. But yeah, I'm all about different movies and different things. The Office is one of the shows that I watch. Probably watch The Office like 15 times all the way through. That's kind of like the thing that I put on at night, like with the sleep timer, and I fall asleep like watching an episode of The Office like every night. That's just keep going through it. Because I still like it each time. So I think that's most of the questions I asked. What I'll do is if there's something I didn't answer in this video, like you guys can send me more questions and I'll make another video at some point in the year. But hopefully that answers some of your questions about me. And as we go along in the year, you'll get to know me a little bit better and we'll get it figured out. All right. So have a great weekend.